I'm only going dress. I'm only going dress this shit one time. Since y'all wanna be on the front lines. And yo, Remy, don't you love me? See right there, that's the punchline. That's the punchline.
Y'all need to.
Diamond boy, we outside now. We gotta get grilled now.
Gotta get my grills, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what's the name of that hot new song that we got coming out, man?
What you want?
It's coming, get ready, man. That's bad luck, man. That's why we lost tonight. They really was bad luck. Yo, Dave, why you do that shit, man? What happened, man?
We missed some free throws and we lost the game.
But next time.
Pat made us over though.
Here's the deal. Clarissa allegedly pulled up to Papoose and Remy's house ready to throw hands, which is why the rumor is that Remy hired someone to spike. The drama between Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma just got crazy. It's messy, chaotic, and honestly, it's the sort of tea we didn't know we wanted. Before her battle with Danielle Perkins, Clarissa had a dream in which she drank illegal substances. If this had been real, Clarissa may have been disqualified or even barred from boxing, but Papoose intervened and told her to calm down, reminding her that it wasn't worth jeopardizing her boxing license for this mess. If you're not up to date on all of this drama, don't worry, I've got you covered. A while back, there were rumors that Remy and Papoose were divorcing, and let's face it, that's probably what Remy wanted in the first place, so Clarissa backed off, but trust me, she wasn't happy about it. It turns out that Remy was allegedly going out with an underground battle rapper called Eazy the Block Captain. This is where things get awkward, as Papoose shared a Father's Day photo with their daughter, and to everyone's surprise, Remy was not in the picture. Yes, it was awkward, but there's more. Sid IS was also rumored to be in a relationship with another rapper. The internet went crazy when pictures of them wearing matching watches surfaced, while Else was keeping it classy. He chose to move on without sharing any personal information online, and guess what? He is currently dating Clarissa Shields. Old boy Remy did not like that she shared screenshots of Clarissa with Papoose while he was still staying at her house. And she even made disparaging remarks about Clarissa humming up the phone. When she heard Remy's voice, people were staring at her like, girl, you cheated first. Why are you mad? However, Remy wasn't finished. She accused Clarissa of fabricating stories to harm her reputation, claiming that Clarissa's team was out there attempting to discredit her name. Queen Fashion Clarissa retaliated on Twitter, accusing Rye of being petty and dirty. She even made a joke about actually fighting Remy and invited her to her upcoming match in Flint, Michigan. Not to mention the video of Clarissa dancing. When it seemed like things were cooling down, Remy added fuel to the fire by warning everyone at her next OFAP battle event not to bring up the Papoose and Clarissa. Apparently, Remy was ready to throw hands if Clarissa wasn't a professional boxer, according to sources. Trauma, where they catch these hands period. This feud is straight out of a reality show, and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Get your popcorn ready, people. The drama between Remy Ma and Clarissa Shields is so intense that you can almost feel it through your screen. If you know anything about Remy, you know that she has never been afraid to use her hands to handle situations. She has established a reputation for not backing down, as evidenced by her threat against Toya Johnson on Love and Hip Hop. Yes, CIS doesn't take disrespect lightly. Average Feud is mayhem on a whole new level. Lightly, but now that Clarissa Shields is involved, things are different. Remy isn't just dealing with anyone. Clarissa is the world champion boxer, and let's face it, if Remy tried to throw hands with her, we all know how that fight would end. However, rumors are circulating that Remy allegedly took. On a more sinister note, she may have bribed someone to add banned chemicals to Clarissa's drink in an attempt to destroy her career. A positive drug test might have resulted in a suspension, disqualification, and perhaps the loss of her titles. Talk about shady tactics. When Clarissa learnt of this, she was. Papoose intervened to prevent her from committing a grave error as she was about to pull up at Remy's house to resolve the matter. He reminded her that touching Remy may cost her everything, including her boxing license, her titles, and the profession she has fought so hard to build. It was a lose-lose situation, and Remy understood that. Fans had a lot to say about it, And many of them said things like, you're a boxer. We know you can fight, so why risk your license? They had a point, to be honest, but the drama didn't end there. Remy, who is no stranger to controversy, doubled down, adding fuel to the fire with her own accusations, and she's now claiming that Clarissa is fabricating stories to harm her reputation. Clarissa responded by challenging Remy to a boxing match. Imagine that showdown. Then, even worse, rumors began to circulate that Remy had hired someone to tamper with Clarissa's drink, which is not only petty but possible. There is disagreement among criminal followers. Some believe it to be nothing more than wild rumors.
Newsflash, the knew a few months before our dad hit me and holler. The nigga knew already. I know he up there trying to play victim and all of that shit, but the nigga been knew. He knew 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. If we don't let the cap up. The been knew. He been knew. And I'm gonna tell y'all how he knew. So how he knew is that y'all that y'all think that's so thorough, he put a recording device in Remy's car. So how he knew is he was bugging her fucking car. So like that's how the nigga knew. The nigga's a weirdo. He bugged the car, and you couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me. So that's how he knew. And it's not cap. I got all the proof. So as soon as he say it's cap, I'm gonna show niggas all the proof. I'm just keeping $1 here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm just say I was under everything that basically is niggas done already split up already. Like,
if you have any plans on trying to get there and talk crazy to me, I'm fight back. New rule.
Nah.
New crow rule.
I told him, I said,
I fight back now.
I ain't gonna do that. You gonna get it though.
I'm just no, I'm not. No,
them shots definitely. There's definitely a shot coming.
I shoot back. Actually, I shoot first. I have a better record of shooting than you.
After all, this isn't just about Clarissa and Papoose. It's a full-fledged spectacle with social media ablaze and everyone taking sides. If you thought that was the pinnacle, 50 Cent had to get involved, because of course he did. Some people think Remy might actually go that far. Whether he's actually worried about Remy or simply stirring things up for fun, his comments have people talking at this point, and the feed has left a private space. He plunged into the drama, throwing shade and adding even more layers to this already sticky scenario. In contrast to a full-fledged public soap opera, every new twist and turn has us riveted to our screens, wondering what will happen next. One thing is certain though, this drama isn't going to stop anytime soon. Stay tuned, for this narrative is far from over. Let's face it, Remy Ma has. Though others saw it as evidence of her tough nails attitude, the streets are still discussing her alleged background, which includes the time she allegedly shot a buddy over a money dispute. She has never been one to back down from a confrontation, whether it be with words or fists. In the midst of all this drama, people are wondering what's actually going on with Theos. Some believe that his association with Clarissa Shields may not be as straightforward as it seems. This serves as a painful reminder of how dangerous it can be to let emotions to take control. Attempting to remind Remy of her shortcomings, or even to transfer power in the relationship, or are they overanalyzing the situation? Papoose has always portrayed himself as a...
Look at this girl. Remy? I don't know. You might be barking up the wrong tree on this one. She don't look like she's the one to be played with. I don't know. What do y'all think?
For years,
saying, "Oh man, we sorry that shit happened to you. Shawty did you dirty. We ain't hearing none of that shit, my nigga. We ain't hearing none of that shit because ain't nobody trying to stand up. And they talking about the black woman is the most."
When they, everybody got their own lives. So whenever they had time, they came up and visited and supported. But me, I was visiting her every day. At that point, I was like, this is more important. I need to focus on my wife. And I just visited her every day. And she used to tell me like, yo, you can't do this. You got to focus on your career. And I was like, yo, I don't care about that. So everything just got worse for me at that time. Like my whole world came crashing down.
Wow, I haven't heard this part of the story before.
Oh yeah, man. I hit rock bottom around that time, man. Like it was real bad. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that she needed me. So I really didn't care about nothing that was going on with me. I was in the free world.
Or perhaps even a publicity gimmick to capitalize on the surge of attention this feat has generated. In addition, There is the question of why everything is blowing up right now, with some speculating that there may have been a private falling out that spilled into the public eye. Others draw attention to more serious problems like jealousy, insecurity, or even financial difficulties. Regardless of the cause, this is obviously more than a minor miscommunication, and social media has undoubtedly escalated this drama to a full-blown. With mysterious postings, shady captions, and subtle jabs flowing back and forth, Circus Instagram and Twitter have turned into battlegrounds. Fans are taking sides, turning comment sections into battlefields, with some supporting Remy and claiming she's D. The situation feels like a reality show where no one can turn off the layers. Poor Papos is stuck in the center, absorbing heat from both sides, while others are supporting Clarissa for standing her stance. This drama is intensifying and the internet is consuming it. No one knows where this will end, but one thing is certain. While this drama develops, it's worthwhile to take a step back and consider the wider picture. What does this whole mess mean? The distinction between what is private and what is public has virtually vanished in today's culture of public feuds and how the media perpetuates them. Personal disputes frequently become public spectacles for clicks and views. Not only is it ugly for those concerned, but it also sets a poor precedent for how disputes should be resolved generally. Remy Ma has worked hard to repair her life, so if these accusations turn out to be untrue, it could be disastrous. Then consider how this could reverse all of that progress after serving time in prison. But Clarissa, risk of shields coming off.
Just tell him stop spewing the business. If Spell thought you was in the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Yeah, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. When did we think that y'all marriages still have to go through them stages? Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. They held you down in prison for 6 years.
Now we gotta address the elephant in the room. Like Geechee went crazy. You know, the whole, can we even talk about the whole Eazy to Papoose now that he don't talk as much as they talked on the stage?
Oh, Geechee?
Yes.
His service, the blogs for the past few months.
The blog, okay.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay. But he was, I don't know if you, how comfortable or uncomfortable you.
Excessively combative or even opportunistic, which might harm her athletic career and harm Papoose' entire reputation as the goated family diet is being called into question. This isn't simply petty conflict. It serves as a reminder of how difficult human relationships can become, particularly under. For now, we can only watch it unfold in the hopes that cooler heads will win out. But let's face it, the internet is turning this story into a warning, regardless of whether it is an allegiance or simply miscommunications magnified by social media. Isn't going away anytime soon. Rather, it's flourishing on memes, arguments, and constant conjecture. Now let's talk about the real tea. There's even a crazy rumor that Remy may have put Clarissa in danger as she starts. 50 Cent's decision to intervene with his unsolicited advice, telling Clarissa to do whatever she wants and not fight her, made matters much worse. Classic 50 was stirring things up as usual, but Clarissa wasn't exactly listening. She even tweeted about Clarissa Shields versus Remy Ma on February 2nd, so let's just say the internet went crazy. While some believe Clarissa is going too far, others feel she's just fighting. Full steam ahead, they had already pitched the concept of a boxing bout with Remy. Fire with fire, literally, and let's not forget who might have started this feud. Rumor has it that Remy played dirty first, leaking her personal number to harass Clarissa in an interview with Jamal Hill since Clarissa wasn't going to. She let it go and clapped. Most people believe Clarissa has this in the bag, but don't discount Remy just yet. She has a history of throwing hands, and we're not just talking about rap fights here. She said she would fight Remy for only $1. Things went south in 2008 when Remy shot her friend Lakita Barnes Joseph over $33,000 that had gone stolen. The narrative goes that they were out having a good time in Manhattan when Remy realized the money was missing from her purse, rather than keeping it calm and calculating. She accused Makita right away, and things quickly got out of hand. Few punches were exchanged, and then a gun went off, hitting Makita's colon and rectum, leaving her in the ICU for weeks. The 8-year sentence was a wake-up call, and Remy de El needed even. The judge in her case wasn't holding back when he described Remy's extremely furious demeanor, so perhaps 50 Cent is right when he advises Clarissa to be careful. This isn't simply a headline-grabbing feud. It serves as a reminder that tempers can flare up and that there can be serious repercussions. A real for the time being. We'll have to wait and see where this crazy saga goes next, but one thing is certain, the internet is giddy with it. Remy Ma's history of letting her rage get the better of her is well known. During her trial for the infamous 2008 shooting, Prosecutor Michael Methos wasn't buying it when she attempted to persuade the court that she wasn't who people believed her to be. She even stated, "Remy is not even close to who I really am. I'm not a threat or a menace to society, and I still have so much to offer." Demonstrated how Remy was known to carry a loaded pistol, which was a recipe for catastrophe. That argument essentially sealed her doom. She was imprisoned, and the tragedy became a cautionary tale. What's crazy is that even after, if you believe Remy had softened since then, guess again. In 2019, she demonstrated that she still had the same feelings. She didn't seem very sorry about anything, even including it in her rapping lyrics, which read, "I shot my friend over a band, and imagine what I'll do till I can't stand." Supposedly, Remy swung a punch at her beloved and hip-hop New York co-star Brittany Taylor during a benefit event at Irving Plaza, landing a good strike to Brittany's eye. Brittany wasted no time in going straight to the hospital and posting a photo of herself. Black Eye on Instagram and reported it to the police shortly after Remy was charged with 4 misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment by May. She was forced to turn herself in, but she was lucky that when the case went to trial, the assistant district attorney's case collapsed. Disclosed that Brittany's primary eyewitness had ceased to cooperate and that despite the lack of concrete proof, another witness claimed to have seen Remy in a completely different location at the time of the alleged occurrence. Remy escaped jail time, and Brittany was overjoyed about it. The rivalry between 50 Cent and Papoose, however, dates back to 2018 when 50 Cent boldly commented beneath one of Remy's images, stating, "Dan Remy, you lost mad weight. Hey, Slim Papoose wasn't." Let's not forget that Ree's name remains in the midst of the turmoil. He clapped back hard as he was about to let that go, sending the feed straight to the gutter. Now that the gloves are off and everyone is watching this drama unfold, fans are eagerly awaiting what will happen next, whether it's in the ring or on social media. You know the sparks will avoid the fly, and 50 Cent, who always initiates things, will be in the front row of all that action. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. When 50 Cent was pulled into the Remy and Papoose drama, Messi's performance reached a whole new level. It all began when Papoose clapped back at 50 for saying, "Dan Remy, you lost a lot of weight, hey Slim," under one of Remy's pictures. Papoose didn't take it well and retaliated by bringing up Mother Daffing Joy, a 50's baby. He even said, "Dan Daff and Joy, no wedding yet. If 50 doesn't marry you, I'll introduce you to mine." He tweeted a picture of Remy with the comment, "Remy is blocked until she gets her husband under control. I only mentioned that she lost weight and that Pap started tripping and not fighting with anyone since he is a more mature homeboy, which naturally set 50 off." Then, in typical 50 fashion, he went one step further and posted a meme of a balding Papoose with the message, "Okay, but she lost, must wait, and she's good. What do you want me to do about that?" He even made a joke about the next thing he was going to say, which was, "We're not seeing Howard Sam get that." Strap the Pooh took offense and retaliated by sharing some outrageous pictures of 50 and even using the hashtag #GetTheStrap for 50. It was petty and dirty, but as we all know, 50 enjoys drama like this. Meanwhile, Fat Joe, Remy's mentor and the godfather of her child. Joe acknowledged that 2024 has been difficult for hip-hop because of all the controversies that have made news, but he is loyal to Remy and respects Pap, which makes things difficult for him. He chose to remain out of it on Math Hoff as My Expert Opinion podcast. Joe also acknowledged that he was worried about how his child would be affected by this public disaster, admitting that it weighed hard on him. A day before Remy's shocking Instagram tirade, she was out to dinner with him, acting as though nothing was wrong, followers believed that Papoose was also present at the dinner, but he promptly stated the truth in a post to My Brother Jew. "I wasn't with them at Brooklyn Chop House, although I do frequently spend thousands there since I adore it. However, things took a different route. After Papa supplied documents of her claimed infidelity, Remy revealed even more personal information. She responded by saying she had spent last Christmas with their kid, despite Papa's assertions that he had a gambling problem and was attempting to. Remy also criticized Papoose for taping her during disagreements and making fun of her by saying things like, "Not Remy Ma calling the police for help. You a snitch, you a rat," in order to coerce her into a clean divorce by claiming he wouldn't leave unless there was a public outcry. As if that weren't enough, the block captain revealed his own bombshell, confirming his romance with Remy and asserting that Papoose was aware of it the entire time. She clarified that she didn't want to involve her family or friends, such as Fat Joe, because they also cared about Papoose. According to Eazy, the story wasn't as dramatic as some were making it out to be. If he is telling the truth, it appears that Remy stepped out first, which might indicate that Papoose punched him, but he denied rumors that he ended up in a photo position. Not be well received by her fans. As for Clarissa Shields, she might want to heed 50's advice before facing Remy. It's obvious that Remy is not someone to mess with, so what do you think? Is Remy doing everything in her power to defeat Clarissa? Who will emerge from this with their head held high? Please let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to watch more of our videos for the most recent developments on this incredible tale.